Right then, now we fixed the frame, showed you fixing the frame, showed how to set the frame up, showed you how to make the frame, put everything together. I've basically now come to the point where I've squared my door up, everything's been cut down lovely, you've seen me do that. And now I've come to the point obviously to put the hinges in. If you are going to be using a chisel, okay, basically you want the bevel, you want the flat edge here on your line, wherever your line is. So my line's there, so you want your flat edge. Now, as a beginner, and I still do this now, is I like to tap it on the side like this. But unfortunately, because of the way my hammer is and I can't find my S-wing, which has a flat side on it, that I can't do it like that, so I have to go like that. Now the reason you go like this is because you smack it on the side, is because you've got more surface area to have control, so you can hit it, so you can give it a bit of a tap, a bigger tap, or you can give it a good belt if you need to give it a good belt, not that you need to, but this is actually an oak door, so with an oak door you have to give it a bit more of a tap and whatever else to get obviously your hinges to your desired depth of what it may be, whether it's a 4-inch fire hinge for a fire door or whether it's just a 75mm hinge that I'm using now, which would be 100mm if it was a 4-inch, and I think it's 3-inch 75mm. So yeah, that's another tip. Now when you come to measure, when you come to obviously do your put your hinges on and measure your hinges, basically you measure from your top. Now I measured in 150mm, or that would be 6-inch, and at the bottom it wants to be 225 or it wants to be 9-inch, depending on where you want to work. So 6 and 9, or 150, 225. And the reason for that is because just when it's on the door it looks like it's all in equal, obviously everything looks equal to the eye, and it looks better on the eye. Otherwise what would happen is the door, it would look out of sorts, the hinges would look out of sorts. So that's the other thing. And also as well, the 150 is the top of your hinge. At the bottom, the 225 is the bottom of your hinge. So you want the 225 mark, you want to put your mark on, and you want your hinge at the top. So if your mark's here, say that's the bottom of your mark here, you want it on the top there, so you want that, and this chisels your hinge, you want your hinge at the top, you got your top of your mark there, and you want your, say the chisel was the hinge, you want the, obviously the hinge to go like that, and then you do all your markings round. Yeah, so that said, there's a few more tips I'm going to show you now, but you'll have to come over here and have a look. What I was trying to show you is basically, there's the top, there's the mark for the 150. You basically put it on there like so. So you got your mark there, and you got your 150 going down there. When it comes down the bottom, which I've already put in, there's your 225 to the bottom there, there's my mark, like so. And what I've done is I've put it in there, and I've put the chisel in there, so you can see it all now, all nice, all done. Now when you come to do the middle, where's the thing there? Yep, there we go. So when you come to do the middle, camera wasn't focusing there. When you come to do the middle, you measure from the top all the way down to the middle, and you put your middle in. So there's my middle line, whatever your desired middle line is, and then all you do is you mark the middle of the hinge, and that gives you your middle point. And what you want to be doing is you want to be going from your 150 to the bottom of your 225 to find out where the middle is, and that means that's where the middle is. And then you put your bang center, and then that lines everything up for the whole door to all line up lovely. So now with all that information, I hope I've explained it okay. I'll probably do more videos on this to explain it a bit better, but that's the general gist of it. So with that said, now I'm going to router everything out, and I'm going to start doing all the chiseling, so I'll get on with that. But before I show you all that, I want to show you something about the router to get your desired depth. So when you're doing your router, and what you want to do is you basically just want to put it across here, and that's how you get your desired depth. Once you've got your desired depth, then you obviously alter it however your router alters. You alter it to your desired depth, so you put that from there. The battery's out, by the way. When you're doing this, make sure the battery's out. It's another tip. And then all you do is you just got to go on over the top there. And what that means is when you go over, which you're going to see in a minute, it'll all make sense. When you start going over into your chisel mark and you start taking everything out, what happens then is that is going to be your depth. So when you sit this in, it'll just sit in lovely, like you've just seen a minute ago. So with that said, let's get cracked on. Happy days. Right, battery ran out, nightmare. So what I was showing you there is the depth that you have to put your router so you can cut your hinge out. Obviously battery ran out, so I didn't get time to show you, but there was another side of the door I did, so I'm going to crack on with that. It'll all make sense in a minute, and then it'll carry on. So there is more to come. Anyway, I'll let it carry on, you'll see it in the next bit. So what I've gone and found, I've gone and found this in the garage. So I thought myself, right, I'll put this on, because what on the other bit around there is I'm going to be putting these on, so they're going to be black. So I thought this with this, and then the silverness will go with the obviously the hinges and the latch, and then obviously the black will go with the door handle and all sorts, to keep the cost down, as budgets are tight with the way things are lately. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to shot this on here like so, and then basically it's ready to show you how to put the latch on. So got our location mark. Now what you want to do is typically you want it to go on like this. So there's my location mark there, and that's exactly where it wants to be. So it wants to go on like that. So all you do is flip it over, put it on like that. Here's a little tip. Get pencil, crane round it, like so, all the way around the outside. And all you want to be doing is you want to be chiseling out this depth, but here in the middle there, which I'll show you in a minute, which I've just craned round, this bit here, you want to be going the depth of your latch, your ball bearing bit on the latch. So that's the depth of that. So then basically, the ball bearing latch technically pushes into this like so, flicks in and comes back out and goes in like that. So then what happens, that stops the door from rattling. And this little niggle bit here, there you go, this bit there, you just move with a screwdriver or an old chisel, something this size, an old chisel that size. I wouldn't use them though because they're my best ones, but yeah, so right, so I'll crack on with that now. So let's have a look now. Basically, all clothes are over. There, shuts lovely. Absolutely spot on, perfect. So if you like to come over here, I'll show you. There we go. There's the door, there's the gap there, exactly the same there. Gap there, beautiful, and as you can see it's all shut and lovely. I've obviously got this up here to stop that from moving, so basically the door opens and closes as it should. And then I've got a lovely gap going all the way across here, and I've got the same gap going across the bottom. So I think that's a wrap for that now. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you've learned a lot. I am going to go through a lot more about, I've got a spare door there, so I'll go through a lot more how to cut the hinges out, a couple of ways to do hinges. I just need to sort my chisels out because the oaks killed this off. So also as well, I've started burning this off here. So I'm going to bring all that back to its former glory, and I'm going to try and bring it all the way back to the oak. So what I'll do is I'll do a video on that as well, a couple of ways of how I'm going to do it. So I've been checking that out. So there's a lot more to come. So if you can find it in your heart to subscribe, I'll be over the moon. All the thumbs up, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'd just like to turn around and say thanks very much for watching. I couldn't do it without yous, and I'll see you on the next one.